Ooh. Hello, it's Andrew here. It's like about 3:30 on Thursday morning. It's more like 10 to 4 on Thursday morning. I've literally just walked into the house from having seen a certain movie, and I thought probably the world needed my first reaction. If I don't get my first reaction down, it'll all get clever. I will try to avoid spoilerising it, but obviously I have to say something. So if you literally don't want to know anything, then probably turn off now, all 38 of you. I think it was as good as it could possibly have been. My overwhelming reaction to that other Star Wars film, which I saw at midnight about 10 years ago, to The Phantom Menace, wasn't the hate and disgust that some people felt, but there was an overwhelming, oh, was that it? With this, it had been absolutely an event. It had delivered, I think, on everything it had promised. It saved a couple of its punches to the end, not giving anything away. But I mean, it doesn't finish on one of those curtain calls that Lucas liked. It finishes on something that's somewhere between an exclamation mark and a question mark. It's a film that made me go rather than a film which made me go woo. We've spent a lot of time trying to make sense of the trailers. One or two of my guesses were right. Most of my guesses were wrong. One of the things I didn't guess, I really should have guessed. But we spent a lot of time trying to make sense out of those, work out what the trailers are about. The thing which always catches us out, it caught us out in Lord of the Rings, is they put things into the trailers that aren't in the movie. So we've been speculating on the voiceover of The Force is Strong in My Family, not in the film. Even the thing about the Force is going to let it in, which they use on a poster, not in the film. We talk a lot, I talk a lot, about the Star Wars universe and the setting and the mythos and Joseph Campbell and so on. Watching this film, when I go back and watch the other films, actually how detached that is from what a Star Wars film was about. Much of this film was Star Warsy action, was spaceship zipping around. It took a while to get going. There was a point at the beginning where we were introducing the main characters where I was aware of myself watching it and thinking, yeah, they're doing this rather well, which is always a bad thing to happen in a movie. There's a point, one of the big plot reveals actually, where you see where it's been going and it starts to gel together. It's dark, not grimdark in that sense, but it's somber. It's fun. There's a lot of the fun stuff happens. The two main characters, Finn and Rey, have that quality that people who've been into role-playing games call being player characters. The sense that they've been thrown in the deep end, they don't know what they're doing, but somehow by virtue of their high skill rolls, they seem to be able to sit in spaceships they've never seen before and take on squads of stormtroopers and TIE fighters and just win, which is right. While at the same time having this sense that they're saying, "Oh, don't know what I'm doing. Are you up for this? Hell no." That's all about right. In a way that the trajectory of the movie feels a lot like Star Wars itself. No, it feels like the Star Wars trilogy itself, because Star Wars never went serious, did it? Okay, Ben dies, but it's pretty much action, action, action. There's definitely a movement in this from action, action, action to character. There's no backstory. All the Fanish questions we've been asking aren't answered, really. I don't know what the New Order is. I don't know what the Resistance is. I don't think I'm into it. I don't think it matters. Someone mutters at some point. The New Order rose from the ashes of the dark side or something. They're baddies. You can fill in some stuff about what's happened along the way, but in fact, it's very much a new story in the Star Wars milieu. It's not a sequel. I'm going to get hit for saying this, but what it lacks compared with the prequels is George Lucas's mad, deranged inventiveness, throwing stuff at you. It doesn't have Jar Jar Binks, that's good, but it doesn't have pod races or water worlds really, or just any of that sense in all the George Lucas movies that he's piling crazy stuff on. It could have done with being crazier. On the other hand, it felt authentically Star Warsy. There's a sequence in what's basically a bar, more a sort of a wayfarer's hostelry, I suppose, than the Wild West Saloon in Star Wars, and that feels like the cantina, the saloon, but at the same time, it's not doing it again. It's not quoting. If that makes sense. Doesn't have the fairy tale feel of Star Wars. Does have the wide epic sprawl. There was a bit, I guess actually where they get to this bar, and a lot of the plot starts happening, or several big plot points start happening. There's a mysterious character who knows stuff, who starts explaining stuff to them. I don't think we find out who she is really, but she obviously has knowledge. And there was a point in that where I thought, hey, this isn't only how they should have done the sequels. This is how they should have done Empire Strikes Back. This is more adventures, more places, travel, and in the background there is the expected generational saga, put it like that. Stuff happens about Force and Dark Side and bloodlines, I suppose you could say. But that's the backstory. In the way that in even in Return of the Jedi, and certainly in the prequels, the whole thing was Anakin goes to the dark side. This is the Resistance is fighting the New Order, and also part of it, by the way, is Jedi and lightsabers and all that stuff. But no answers. No. Why has he got a wibbly wobbly lightsaber with a cross? No hint about that. Maybe some of this is set up for future movies, of course, because there are several characters. There's a character who appears in the first 10 minutes who we're not told who he is. I have no idea who he is. Maybe it doesn't matter who he is. Maybe I'm not coming over as excited by the film. Maybe that's because it's 4:30 in the morning. But I felt fully satisfied, engaged. I mean, I'm going to go and see it at least twice more this weekend, so I'll have some more coherent thoughts. But and I do think it played very heavily on mystery. Abrams kept his cards very close to the chest. Nothing in the plot, nothing about the plot is really hinted at in the trailers and any of the pre-publicity. There've not been any spoilers. I don't think I let out any spoilers in this. One of the things that you might have been wondering is there in the opening crawl, but it was a sort of, it's a surprise when it comes up. I think that's great. I think Abrams is good at that. Like he was the bolt behind Cloverfield, wasn't he? And he actually did trailers for Cloverfield. Didn't tell you what the film was. I mean, didn't tell you anything because he wanted it all to be surprising. Because quite a lot of it was surprising. There were, spread out through the film. Reveals, twists, surprises. Didn't expect that. I don't know therefore how much it'll stand up to repeated viewing, because I don't know whether I go and see it again, knowing what's going to happen. I'll be able to sit back and say, yeah, no, actually that's just really fun, or whether now, knowing what the plot is, it'll feel like plotty a second time. I don't know. But basically, no, I will stick to what I opened with. It was about as good as it could possibly have been, and it's now about 4 in the morning and I should really go to bed.